Hey Lag Nation, welcome back to the Lag channel, bringing you another Lag video. We hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get right into it.
Hey guys, this is Matarbuckle.
And like Pyromaniac.
And Saabo The Hun.
And Saabo The Hun actually has its own YouTube channel. I'm gonna put a card up, or it'll be in the description down below if you guys want to check out his YouTube channel.
Yeah, boy.
Today we're gonna talk about some Halo Infinite leaks and what they could mean for Halo Infinite. The leaks we'll be discussing are the Halo Mega Construct characters, the weapons that come with those characters, and the Microsoft's digital live events, as well as the possible free multiplayer for Halo Infinite. So the first leak was the Halo Construct characters that came out. The Spartan Gungnir armor looks a lot like Halo Reach's armor, and that just goes to further prove the point that they said that they would put back in Halo customization, or Halo Reach customization back into Halo Infinite.
Mm-hmm. However, I would take that with a grain of salt due to the fact that it is Mega Construct's product, and it could just be, design that they just wanted to add in, or add in a new Halo Reach action figure, or whatever product they feel like putting out. I mean, for Halo Infinite stuff, they also have Halo Reach characters that they showed, so like
yeah,
Cat as well. So that's why I would take it with a grain of salt, but I am happy to see customization starting to look a lot more like Halo Reach art style.
I'm gonna agree with Sabo on this one. They have a certain liberty that they can take with these constructs, so like Sabo said, with a green salt.
Yeah, the only thing that really makes me feel kind of indifferent about this one is the fact that it's holding what looks like a Halo 3 Mauler. I know it doesn't look exactly like it, but it is basically a Lego piece. It also could be some sort of new UNSC revolver weapon, I don't know.
Yeah, it does look kind of weird. I'm not sure whether they wanted to make it look like a Mauler or a new weapon type. I'm not sure. It does kind of look like a Mauler, and because like Mega Construct stuff are very like low detailed on the weapons,
Yeah.
I would assume it's a Mauler.
But then, speaking of Maulers, that brings us kind of into the next character that they brought out, and it's a Brute Warrior. And it's holding a new weapon. At first, I thought it was just a really badly made version of a Brute Shot, because it does have that like blade on the bottom. But then when you look closely, you realize it's completely different. It almost kind of looks like a shotgun. If you look at that barrel on the weapon, it kind of looks thicker, more like it would hold a slug in it rather than a bullet.
Yeah, what I thought it looked like a new carbine, maybe a banished carbine, or I'm not too sure exactly, but it looks more like carbine shaped with like brute savage style.
It definitely does. It definitely
So that's
looks
what
like
I
the
thought.
carbine.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it could be a new variation of a brute shot, a brand new weapon in general, or just a new style of a reoccurring weapon.
It would be pretty nice to see a new brute weapon. We haven't seen one since Halo 3.
I agree.
That's true. Yeah, and you did mention Banished earlier. He does have a lot of red on him. That just goes to show that everyone's expecting the Banished to be in Halo Infinite. So it's kind of just like, now it's even a higher percentage that they'll be in the game than before.
I 100% expect him to be in the game. I mean, there's no other Covenant troops or military that we can actually expect to see besides the Banished. I mean, Julian Dom is dead, and his crew is dead. So who else are we going to see besides the Banished,
Yeah.
Especially if Halo Wars 2 campaign ties into Infinite, which it will, but we'll definitely be seeing some Banished at least. So I also expect to see Covenant that are sided with Cortana, as well as the Banished.
Yes, they specified that the grunts were pretty quick to join Cortana. She's the one that actually got them these grunt goblins that we can, for example, see in Firefight.
I didn't even know that. That's very interesting.
So, speaking of brutes, there's two more brutes that they show as action figures. One is holding a red plasma rifle. It looks sort of like a really crappy version of the brute plasma rifle. I don't know what's up with that purplish red tint that they have on the weapons. And then the other brute, brute captain, is holding a brute shot that's red. And that kind of just makes me wonder, is there going to be multiple kinds of brute shots? Because there's another brute in a different picture that's holding a gray brute shot. So there's a red one and a gray one? They're going to be different ones?
I'm not sure if there would be different ones. I do own a bunch of, back when they were called Mega Blocks. A lot of the weapons did have different colors to it, but they're very, like, static gray or static red or green or very plain colors. So I think it's just the art style that they chose for the Mega Constructs. I don't think they're going to be like different color variations, unless they add weapon skins or they bring back Warzone Rec weapons as well.
Yeah.
They'll like have different variations of it, but aside from that, I think they'll just have one main style. We don't know exactly what that'll look like yet. I really hope they do bring the brute shot back because I think that weapon was extremely fun to use back in like Halo 3.
Yeah. And that picture with the brute that's holding the gray brute shot, there's also a grunt and an elite. So, guys, it's confirmed that we're going to get grunts and elites in Halo Infinite.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
I don't think that needed confirming.
However, though, to bring up that brute armor style with the one that's holding the gray brute shot, that thing looks so sick. Honestly, I could even see it coming in as like a Spartan armor set. Honestly, it looks sort of like the warrior, like you said earlier in our conversation before. But I just think it looks way cooler, and I really hope they actually add that as like a Spartan armor set or something, or a variation of it. It looks pretty dope.
Definitely reminds me of the armor board and Pavium used in Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I definitely like it a lot. And I also really like the new art style for the grunts. Seems very classic, very original, back to like Halo 3 style, maybe Halo Reach. They look very very good now. They don't look as weird and wonky as they did in Halo 5 and 4.
Yeah, I know that that's not what the actual grunt's going to look like in the game, but I do like the art style that they have for it. I'm not a fan of the color of his skin on the Mega Blocks.
Mm-hmm.
It's weirdly yellow.
Yeah, the picture I sent you, actually, you could put that one up of the grunt. That's actually much more detailed. Where his armor is orange and he has the black color, orange and black. And his skin is much more of like this rocky brown gray, and you can actually see the details on his hands and all the scaly parts. It actually looks really good. And I'm actually really happy with the redesign of the character.
Yeah, I really like the way they went with the art style for the grunts.
And moving on to the last Mega Construct figure are the ODST units. They have a very brown tint to them, which I'm not sure whether that's going to be in the game or not, but they do look really cool, especially with the silence SMG in his hand. I hope that makes a return. I'm sure it will. And whatever Magnum he's holding in the second
Looks like
one.
the tactical Magnum from Halo 5.
It probably does. I also think the second ODST looks a lot like Romeo from the ODST game. He has like
now
that,
that you mention it.
the sniper goggle above him or whatever that is.
Next thing we want to talk about relating to leaks is the Microsoft Digital Live events they're going to be having. There's going to be one in May and there's going to be one in June. The one in May is going to be early May, and it's going to be talking about the new Xbox.
I believe at this live event they're going to reveal the Xbox Lockhart, which people are speculating it to be called the Xbox Series S. However, it's supposed to be like the price-beating alternative for the PS5, since the PS5 should be around the same price as the Series X. But the Series S won't be as powerful as the X or the PS5. It will just have a much better price range that a lot of people can purchase if needed, or if they can't afford the higher price consoles.
I think this is really good that they're releasing this version. I think the reason not too many Xboxes sold at first, not only was it because of the lack of first-party games when the console came out, but also the price range compared to what Sony had to offer.
So speculations say that the Xbox Lockhart or the Xbox Series S is going to have two dynamic 4K 60Hz to 120Hz, and for the fraction of the cost of what a pre-built PC might have at that specs.
Yeah, that's true. That makes it a lot cheaper for people to be able to play Halo if they don't have a console or anything. They can just go buy the Series S or Lockhart rather than getting a PC that would have the same specs for like $1,200 or however much it would be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I feel like I feel like I like the way Microsoft is handling this and having two consoles at, I believe, launch is how they want to do it. I'm not sure if they want to have the Xbox Series S release a little bit later, but from the looks of it, that they're both going to release around the same time. And it's going to kind of make it a lot easier for people to upgrade to the next generation console instead of having to dish out that $500 that they're expecting, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. One thing that they're going to do, though, probably at this May event, is when they show off the new Xbox, they're probably going to show off some Halo Infinite gameplay. I don't know if that's going to be multiplayer or campaign. I could honestly see it going either way. If they go campaign route, they could show some big mission that takes up a lot of GPU and CPU power, or they could go the other route and show a huge multiplayer battle that's going on or something like that.
Mm-hmm. The way I think it's going to be personally is I feel like they're going to show off gameplay and multiplayer first, and they're gonna, since this is a two-part event, that they're gonna save the big guns for last, meaning the campaign and footage of actual story mode and actual demo mission that they are probably going to reveal at some point. But I feel like the multiplayer is going to be shown first at this May event, 100%. Well, I'm not going to say 100%, but that's, to me, that's what it feels like. And then eventually, maybe in the June event or whenever the second one takes place, they're going to reveal some campaign footage.
Yeah, I think that, they said they're going to do a beta or a flighting test for this game, I could definitely see that happening in the June conference. I feel like they might announce it in May and be like, hey, around this time, this is when it's coming out. So everybody go onto our website and sign up for the flighting programs and all that.
I feel that actually makes the most sense. Now that I think about it, E3 always had your chance to actually try out the game for yourself. You know, whenever you were there, you had like those they had like those sections where you're able to play the game for the first time and actually try it out and give feedback. And because now we're not able to do that, I could see them actually releasing the beta as soon as the event is over and once they've covered everything they wanted to cover about the game so far. So I can actually definitely see it coming around the second digital event that the beta will drop for everyone to actually try out and test out.
I could just really see the beta coming after the June event. That's probably when they originally had it planned. And with the whole pandemic situation, obviously some of the progress that they were having for the game is lost. So I want to go with coming maybe later this summer.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
Now, another part of the leak was the free multiplayer. Social, competitive, and customs. What do you guys think? Will Forge be included in that?
I actually don't think that customs will even be included. I think it'll be strictly just like matchmaking. And I think that customs and Forge, the campaign, and theater are all going to be just in the actual full game that you have to buy.
According to the leak, they said the entire multiplayer will be free. I'm not sure exactly what that may consist of. From the sound of it, it may just be, matchmaking, as in like PvP, whatever game modes they have, their arena multiplayer. From the way Halo 5 was set up, this is just where I'm getting it from. Like, arena multiplayer, then there's like the Warzone part of it. That will all be free. Who knows? I'm not sure about custom games or not, but I think that would actually also be a really good idea for them to implement this free multiplayer thing and get a lot of new people that don't want to pay for the game to actually just play the game anyways. Sort of how Call of Duty did it with their Warzone. It just instantly blew up as soon as it became free, which I can see being very beneficial to Halo itself.
The only thing that I could see that's negatively impacting is that 343 is not going to get a lot of money right off the bat from the game because everyone is just going to be like, well, I can just play the multiplayer for free. So that makes me think they're probably going to add in that battle pass system I talked about in one of my earlier videos, just to probably get more money. I mean, I know they said that they would try not to do the microtransactions as bad as Halo 5 around this time, but I mean, what does that mean for them making money then? If they can't have microtransactions, or at least the way they did them, they're probably going to have that battle pass system, which might be bad for our customization and stuff that Halo has always been known for.
I'm going to agree with Matarbuckle on the fact that Forge would not be included in that free area. Maybe even custom games, because as great as the story is in Halo, I don't think that's enough of a selling point for a lot of people to buy the game. So with that battle pass system, plus having Forged custom games and campaign locked to the full game, I think it would be a good way to make that money.
I mean, even with this whole free-to-play thing, it's still it's just speculation at the moment whether the whole multiplayer is going to be free. So, we all have to take it with a grain of salt until we actually see what's going on. But I also think that it sounds a little too good that the entire multiplayer will be free. So I still think that maybe just like, how Halo 5 had Warzone, that big, huge multiplayer experiences. I feel like maybe only a section of the multiplayer will be free, just similar to how Call of Duty's Warzone is free, but the rest of the multiplayer is cut off. But I'm not sure how that'll work since I know Halo won't have a Battle Royale game mode. So whether the multiplayer will be entirely free, I'm not 100% sure about, but I also don't see anything else or like a certain part of it being free.
Yeah, I think everything you said just makes a lot of sense. The whole multiplayer being free just sounds a little too good to be true, but maybe having just the Warzone. But at the same time, is Warzone actually that good of a game type to be out there and to get people to play the game? I don't know if that's something that would really bring people in.
Yeah, that does make sense. I mean, I'm not sure either. We also don't even know if Warzone will be in Halo Infinite. I mean, most likely will be. A lot of people liked it in Halo 5, but who knows what it's like? Maybe they improved upon it. Maybe who knows what they did? I'm not sure. Maybe it could be a huge selling point, or for free to play. I mean, it is free to play. I don't see why people wouldn't want to. It's a free.
Well, also
part of the game.
I mean, this is a leak too, so we don't even know if the whole free thing is even true.
Speaking of the battle pass, and you did say that it might have an effect on customization. I do believe it will, but I feel like it will be mainly just adding in DLC armor sets, maybe, or weapon skins. I just hope it's mainly cosmetic instead of things that we can unlock that we'll miss out if we don't unlock. But from that point, I don't think they're going to be adding new weapons in a sense in the battle pass. I just feel like it's just going to be primarily cosmetic weapon skins, armor skins, maybe DLC armor in the future. who knows what. So I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on on cosmetics, because I feel like Halo usually comes with a lot of customization anyways. But I get what you mean. Hopefully they do a free battle pass system rather than having to pay for it. But I feel like with most games nowadays, I think they're going to have a both pay and free version of it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Okay, so if you guys think that any of these leaks are true, or you think they're completely fake and false, just let us know down in the comments below. Tell us what your thoughts are and what you think is going to happen for these 2 events in May and in June. Deuces.
Peace.
Yay, we did it.
So that's going to do it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button as well. And make sure to click the notification bell to stay caught up with all our juicy lag videos. Catch you guys next time.